the relation between Kp and Kc. Hey, Abhay, why are drawing? Okay, students, listen carefully. Now, in the last class, we have discussed about Kp and Kc. Okay, what is the relation between Kp and Kc? Kp and Kc relation is Kp is equals to Kc into RT whole to the power of delta n. Okay, how to calculate delta n value? Delta n value calculation is nothing but number of moles of gaseous products. That symbol is Np. G means gaseous state products only. So you have to consider gaseous state products only. Number of moles of gaseous state products minus number of moles of gaseous state reactants. Then it is called, it is equal to delta n. Okay. So the Kp and Kc values is depends on delta n value, means which is more, either Kp value is more or Kc value is more, depends on delta n values. For example, if delta n is equals to 0, means RT whole to the power of delta n, then delta n is equals to 0, then RT whole to the power of delta n is equals to 1. That's why Kp is equals to Kc. If delta n is positive, means it has some value, RT whole to the power of delta n. Delta n is positive means Kp value is the product of Kc into RT, means R is gas constant and T is temperature, have some value. Delta n value may be 1 or 2 or 3, like RT power 1, RT whole to the power of 2 or 3, something will come. In that case, Kp value is more. So you have to remember delta n values are positive, K means Kp value is more than Kc. If delta n values are negative, means Kc value is more, means equilibrium constant in terms of concentration, that is called Kc. Kc value is more when compared to Kp. So the relations, based on these three relations, I will give you some examples. We have to find out the relation between Kp and Kc. Okay, students, let's listen carefully. Now in the given equations, we have to find out Kp and Kc relations. For example, first one, H2 plus I2. What is the physical state of H2 and I2? All are in gaseous state only. And product is also hydrogen iodide, that is also in gaseous state. This is the given equation. For this given equation, we have to find out what is the relation between Kp and Kc. So for deriving the relation between Kp and Kc, first you have to find out delta n. So for this case, delta n, how much, dear students? Number of moles of products, means 2 moles are there. 2 minus number of moles of reactants, gaseous moles reactants. 1 plus 1 means 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Means delta n is equals to 0. Then Kp is equals to Kc RT whole to the power of 0. Means Kp is equals to Kc. Kp is equals to Kc. When delta n is equals to 0, then the Kp is equals to Kc. Let's see the second example. The second example, what they given, decomposition of PCl5 is produces to gives, sorry ma, here printing mistake, PCl5 not, PCl3. Decomposition of PCl5 gas is on decompose to gives PCl3, phosphorus trichloride gas, and Cl2 gas. Okay, for this case, delta n is equals to, we find out that product side 2 moles are there, 1 mole of PCl3 and 1 mole of Cl2, total 2 are there, minus 1 is equals to plus 1, means delta n is positive. Delta n is positive means already I said Kp value is more, means the formula is Kp is equals to Kc into RT whole to the power of 1, means Kp is the product of Kc into RT. Okay, students, therefore Kp is more than Kc. Kp value is always more than Kc when the delta n is positive. Delta n is positive. Let's see the third example. N2 plus 3H2 is gives rise to 2NH3 gas. Ammonia is formed. In this case, if you observe the delta n value is 2 minus of 1 plus 3 is equals to minus 2. Delta n is negative value. If the delta n is negative value, then Kc must should be more than a Kp. So for this, you think just write it, Kp is equals to Kc into RT whole to the power of minus 2. So RT whole to the power of minus 2 is nothing but Kp is equals to Kc by RT whole square. This denominator is going to left side, then the Kc is equals to Kp into RT whole square. RT whole square. That's why Kc is larger than Kp. Kc is larger than Kp. When the delta n is negative, Kc value is more. Delta n is positive, Kp value is more. Delta n is equals to 0, then both Kc and Kp equal. Both Kp and Kc are equal. Okay. These are the main important relations between Kp and Kc. Kp Kc relation is Kp is equals to Kc into RT whole to the power of delta n. RT whole to the power of delta n. Okay, students? Yes. Listen carefully next. Next, equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant means already we are studied the equilibrium constant is expressed in terms of either Kp or Kc. So that characteristics of equilibrium constant we need to discuss. What are the important characteristics of equilibrium constant? That equilibrium constant. Okay, first characteristic is the equilibrium constant. The value of equilibrium constant means either Kp or Kc value, either Kp or Kc value, either Kp or Kc value is independent, means they are not dependent. Kp or Kc values are independent of initial concentrations. They are independent of concentration. Values Kp or Kc value is independent on concentrations of reactants or products, comma, pressure as well as catalyst and volume of the vessel. So these are the independent. So what are the conditions are independent for Kp and Kc value or equilibrium constant value? The equilibrium constant value is independent of the initial concentrations of either reactants or products, or pressure of the reactant or pressure of the products, as well as catalyst and volume of the reaction vessel or volume of the container. These are the independent. But the equilibrium constant value or equilibrium constant values or equilibrium constant depends on temperature, because for fixed temperature it has fixed equilibrium constant value. Whether the temperature is changed, then the equilibrium constant value also will be changes. That's why equilibrium constant depends on temperature, and also it depends on the stoichiometric coefficients or mode of writing the balanced equation. Means stoichiometric coefficients main important, because Kc or Kp formula we know that. For example, Kc formula, you have to take AA plus BB is converted into Cc plus DD is a reversible reaction. Then the Kc is equals to C power C into D power D by A power A into B power B. So that's why the either Kc value or Kp value is depends on their stoichiometric coefficients also. And while writing the mode of a stoichiometric equation, and it is also depends on temperature. Okay, temperature condition is very important. Okay, students, listen carefully. Based on the temperature, Van Hoff given one equation for equilibrium constant values, that is known as Van Hoff equation. So Van Hoff has proposed one equation at different temperatures for a reaction, for a reversible reaction at different temperatures T1 and T2, their equilibrium constants K1 and K2. So K1 is nothing but equilibrium constant at T1 temperature, and K2 is equals to equilibrium constant at T2 temperature. Okay, these are the two, because the temperature is changed, then the equilibrium constant will be changes. So based on the temperature factor, Van Hoff has derived or proposed one equation is known as Van Hoff equation, and this equation is very important, dear students. Based on this equation, some objective questions they are asking. Means K1 and K2 values they will give, and delta H value they will give, and we have to find out the second temperature or first temperature. Or sometimes T1, T2 values they will give, and either K1 or K2 relation they will give, and we have to find out the either K1 or K2 value, and delta H value of the reaction also they will give. Okay, so in this case the relation is log K2 by K1 is equals to delta H by 2.303 R into T2 minus T1 by T1 T2. This formula is very important. Okay, so the equilibrium constant means either Kp or Kc values are depends on temperature, I said. So for the given reversible reaction is exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions are favorable at lower temperatures only. So in this case, for exothermic reactions, equilibrium constant value decreases with increasing temperature. Increasing temperature, because exothermic reactions are favorable at lower temperature only. But you are increasing the temperature, then what happens? Equilibrium constant value will be decreases. Next, for endothermic reactions, equilibrium constant value increases with increasing temperature. Endothermic reactions are carried out at high temperature, means endothermic reactions are favorable for higher temperature. That's why temperature increases, then the equilibrium constant value also increases. Okay, students, so listen carefully once again. For exothermic reactions, exothermic means delta H is negative. Exothermic reactions, delta H is negative. That's why exothermic reactions are favorable at lower temperature only. If temperature increases, then the equilibrium constant value decreases. Next, endothermic reactions or endothermic reversible reactions, delta H is positive. Delta H is positive, and they are favorable at a high temperature only. They are favorable at a high temperature. That's why temperature increases, and the equilibrium constant value also will be increases. Okay, students, these are the main important characteristics of equilibrium constant. Okay, let's listen. Based on this equilibrium constant values, what are the main important application? How it is useful to predict the amounts of reactants or products, or how it is useful to predict the direction of reactions. That is called applications of equilibrium constant. Okay, students, so applications of equilibrium constant very important for objective examination. So these all statements are very important, we have to remember. Then directly they are asking in NEET and JEE examination related to these points. Okay, so let's see main important applications of equilibrium constant. First, the equilibrium constant values means the numerical values of equilibrium constant, means Kc value or Kp values. Either Kc or Kp values will helps to predict the relative amounts of reactants or products in reversible reaction. Means, for example, Kc value I gave some certain Kc value I gave either less value or more value. Based on the numerical values of either Kp or Kc, we can predict whether reactant is present in the more quantity or product is present in the more quantity. We can predict. Okay, so how it is possible? So there are certain limitations are there. So if Kc value is either Kp or Kc value is more than 10 to the power of 3, 10 to the power of 3 means 1000, means more than 10 to the power of 3, it indicates that products are predominant, means the amount of products is more over than reactants. The products are predominant over reactants. Means if products are for example reactants is converted into products, then the Kc value is more than 10 to the power of 3. Kc value is more than 10 to the power of 3, then that products are more than reactants, means the reaction is favorable in a forward direction, or reaction is products is more means the reaction is nearer to completion of reaction, means it's almost the reaction is present in the end of the reaction. Okay, students, so Kc value is more than the 10 to the power of 3, then the products are more amount of product is present when compared to reactant. Means if product is more means the reaction is almost end. Now, if the Kc value is very less, like around 10 to the power of minus 3, 10 to the power of minus 3 means 1 by 1000. 10 to the power of minus 3 means very less. Then reverse. Reactants are predominant. Reactants are more. Mean the concentration of reactants are more than concentration of products. Concentration of products. In that case, reaction is not moved because the amount of reactants only more. Means the reaction is rarely proceeding. Rarely proceeding. Okay. That's why what is the first important application, dear students? Based on the numerical value of equilibrium constant. Based on the value of equilibrium constant, we can predict the amounts of reactants and products, relative amounts of reactants and products. Okay, if Kc value is very much high, larger the Kc value means above 10 to the power of 3, then product is more. Below 10 to the power of minus 3, reactants are more. In between the 10 to the power of minus 3 and 10 to the power of 3 means more than 10 to the power of minus 3 and less than 10 to the power of 3. In between that 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of 3, then both reactants and products are present in certain quantities. Means measurable amounts of reactants and products both are present. It is one important application of equilibrium constant. And second important application of equilibrium constant is by using for a reversible reaction, equilibrium constant explains the predict the direction of the reaction. Direction means either it is in forward direction or in backward direction, or it is present at an equilibrium state. We can explain with the help of equilibrium constant and reaction quotient. So equilibrium constant exists, or equilibrium constant can be calculated at equilibrium state. But Q can be calculated at any stage of reaction. But the definitions of both K and Q are same. See, let's see that what is the definition of Q and what is the formula. Q is defined as reaction quotient is defined as the product of molar concentrations of products to the product of molar concentrations of reactants. Product of molar concentration of reactants which with each concentration term is raised to the powers of its stoichiometric coefficients at any stage of during the progress of reversible reactions is known as a reaction quotient at any stage. So the definition is for Q and K is same, but K value equilibrium constant we are calculated at equilibrium state, but reaction quotient value we are calculating at any stage of the reversible reaction. So let's see that the given reversible reaction Q formula is C power C into D power D whole by A power A into B power B. But the Q is calculated at any stage of the reversible reaction, but K is calculated at equilibrium state only. So based on this equilibrium constant value and reaction quotient value, how can we identify the direction of the reaction? If both values are same, means Kc is equals to Q, means the reaction is present at in equilibrium state. Okay, exist equilibrium state. If Kc value is more, means equilibrium constant value is more when compared to Q reaction quotient, the net reaction is proceeds in forward direction. Means reaction quotient value is less when compared to equilibrium constant, then forward reaction takes place. Or Q value is more, then backward direction is takes place. So you have to remember these three conditions. How to identify the direction of the reaction with the help of K and Q. If both K and Q, equilibrium constant and reaction quotient both are same, then the reaction is exist at in equilibrium state. If K value is more than Q, then the reaction is moving in forward direction. If Q value is more than K, the reaction is moving in backward direction. The reaction is moving in a backward direction. Okay, students, these are the main important applications of equilibrium constant. Okay, one is with the help of equilibrium constant, we can predict the relative amounts of reactants and products. With the help of equilibrium constant and reaction quotient values, we can predict the direction of reactions. We can predict the direction of reaction. Direction means either it is in forward direction or in backward direction or exist in equilibrium state. We can identify with the help of K and Q. K and Q. Okay, students. Next, very important relation, that is very important. Compulsory they are asking questions from this formula in NEET and JEE examination. This formula is very important. You have to remember the formula directly, and with the help of these values, how to identify the direction of the reaction also we can identify. So the relation between equilibrium constant, the relation between equilibrium constant means either Kp or Kc. So here in the equations I used Kc only. So you are interested, then you can take Kp also, no problem, symbol. Okay, and standard Gibbs free energy change. Standard Gibbs free energy change means the relation between Kc and delta naught. The symbol naught we are used means it is in under standard condition. Standard condition means temperature is 25 degrees centigrade and the pressure is 1 atmospheric pressure is known as standard conditions. Okay, we have to derive the relation between Kc and delta G naught. So for this derivation in thermodynamics, we'll discuss this relation. So according to thermodynamics, delta G, change in the Gibbs free energy or Gibbs free energy change, delta G is equals to delta G naught into RT ln Q. Means logarithms, ln means base E. E is there. Log means base 10. Base is 10. You have to remember. Okay, this ln converted into, for example, ln E is converted into Log means we must have to multiply it with 2.303. 2.303 into Log E, like the values will come. You have to remember. Okay, students, let's listen. So the thermodynamic relation is delta G is equals to delta G naught into RT ln Q, where Q is reaction quotient. Delta G is Gibbs free energy change. Delta G naught is standard Gibbs free energy change. R is gas constant, Q is reaction quotient. Now this is relation you have to take directly. From this relation, we have to derive the relation between Kc and delta G naught. Now I am applying equilibrium state, because equilibrium constant where it will be exist at equilibrium state only. That's why at equilibrium state, already while discussing that characteristics of equilibrium state, there only we are discussed at equilibrium state delta G is 0, standard change in Gibbs free energy or Gibbs free energy change, delta G is 0 and Q is equals to K. Now only we are discussing the relation between Q and K. C at equilibrium state, Kc is equals to Q. That's why at equilibrium state delta G naught, delta G is equals to 0 and Q is equals to K. Just you have to substitute these values in the above equation, then the delta G is equals to 0. It is 0. Then it becomes Q plus Kc will comes. Now then delta G naught is equals to minus RT ln Kc. Then ln you have to convert it into Log means we have to multiply it with 2.303. Then delta G naught is equals to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. Means delta G is equals to minus of, you have to remember, means delta G is negative sign when Kc is positive. When Kc is positive. Now let's see that important conditions. If delta G is negative, because the delta G formula is equals to, this is negative. If it is negative, delta G naught is negative K. When negative will comes if Kc is equals to positive. If Kc is positive means minus into plus is equals to minus only will comes. That's why delta G is negative means Kc is positive. then it indicates that reaction is spontaneous or the reaction is proceeds in forward direction. Forward reactions are always spontaneous reactions. Okay, ma? You have to remember. Means delta G is negative and equilibrium constant is positive. Positive means that Kc value is very high. Then the reaction is proceeds in forward direction. Already we know that. It indicates that the reaction is spontaneous. Okay, it is one important relation. So with help of delta G naught and Kc values, we can explain the direction of reaction also. We can explain the direction of reactions also. Okay, students. So the delta G naught is negative and Kc is positive. Then the reaction is spontaneous or forward direction. Forward direction means products are present in more amount when compared with the reactants. Next, second condition, delta G naught is positive and Kc is negative, means minus of minus is positive. That's why delta G naught is positive K means Kc value is negative. It indicates that reaction is non-spontaneous reaction. The reaction is a non-spontaneous reaction, and non-spontaneous reactions are moving in backward direction, or reactants are predominant over than products. These are the important relations between delta G naught and equilibrium constants. Okay, students, let's see this. In this equilibrium constant, main Le Chatelier principle. Le Chatelier principle and related applications also they are asking in every year in objective, NEET and JEE examination. I think Le Chatelier principle concept is very, very important. So if it is not over means today I will take one extra class at 2 to 3 o'clock. 2 to 3 o'clock you have to listen carefully. And again I will take one more extra class at 2 to 3 today only. Okay, students. Now Le Chatelier principle, and based on this Le Chatelier principle explains the factors affecting the position of equilibrium is very, very important. Okay, now what is Le Chatelier principle? What it explains? Mainly the Le Chatelier principle explains, or Le Chatelier principle states that when a chemical reaction is subjected to equilibrium, okay, means I think you are taking one chemical reaction, it is existing equilibrium state. Now I want to disturb that equilibrium state. Again, I have to make it new equilibrium state. How it is possible? That explained by Le Chatelier principle. That is only. So Le Chatelier principle states that when a chemical reaction is subjected to equilibrium, is disturbed. How it will be disturbed, that equilibrium state? By change of temperature or by change of pressure or concentration. Then the equilibrium is shifting either towards in forward direction or in backward direction, and exist new equilibrium state or and achieve new equilibrium state is known as Le Chatelier principle. Is known as a Le Chatelier principle. Okay, students. Now listen carefully. Le Chatelier principle once again. Le Chatelier principle mainly states that when a chemical reaction is subjected to equilibrium, is disturbed by changing the temperature or pressure or concentration, then the equilibrium is shifted either towards in forward direction or in backward direction, either in forward direction or in a backward direction, and to achieve new equilibrium state is known as a Le Chatelier principle. What are the main important factors of Le Chatelier principle? One is concentration, the effect of concentration. The second one is effect of temperature, and the third one is pressure. Okay, students, these are the main important: concentration effect, temperature effect, and pressure effect. And fourth one is addition of inert gas. Addition of inert gas. At addition of inert gas also it will be affects the equilibrium state, or it will affects the position of equilibrium state and forms new equilibrium state either in forward direction or in a backward direction, either in forward direction or in a backward direction. So what are the main important factors affecting the position of equilibrium state? One is concentration of either reactants or products. The second one is temperature effect. The third one is pressure. Okay, third one is pressure, and fourth one is addition of inert gases. Addition of inert gases also two conditions. One is at constant volume, the second one is at constant pressure. So these conditions, how that equilibrium state position is changing either in forward direction or in backward direction, we need to explain. We need to explain. Okay, students, listen carefully. Factors affecting the